I set up a tempting selection of beverages in the waiting area. Then, in the bathroom, I put an out-of-order sign on the toilet and attached a clear plastic bag to the urinal mat, creating a reservoir that would discreetly collect any liquid stream on its way down the drain. One of the most common misconceptions viewers seem to have about me is that I'm a guy who never smiles and doesn't know how to have fun. And that really bugs me because it couldn't be further from the truth. In reality, I'm actually very fun, relaxed, and easygoing. Now, obviously I could just be saying that to you, so tonight I'm going to prove it. How? By spending the entire day with a complete stranger and measuring his dopamine levels during our hangout, comparing them against a baseline to prove scientifically that he did have fun hanging out with me. To start things off, I went on Craigslist and searched through the listings in the strictly platonic section in order to track down a stranger who'd be willing to spend time with me. I then sent emails to a handful of posters looking to hang out. And the next day, after fielding a number of inappropriate responses, I got a nice email from a man named Brendan, who had recently relocated to Los Angeles and seemed eager to make new friends. So we made plans to hang out later that week. But since this was all about proving to you at home that I am indeed fun, I would need to get evidence that cannot be refuted. So I paid a visit to Dr. Whimsy Anderson, a specialist in neurotransmitter testing, to advise me on how to scientifically prove a person is fun.
When someone's having fun, you might see an elevation in serotonin, an elevation in dopamine, or an elevation of both serotonin and dopamine, both.
So if their serotonin or dopamine levels go up when they're hanging out with me, that would mean that I'm fun.
For them, yes.
Dr. Whimsy said to get accurate results, I'd need to obtain 2 samples of either urine or blood from the person. One before our hangout began to act as a baseline, and a second at the end of doing several activities together. But knowing it would skew the results if he was aware of what was being tested, I would have to obtain Brendan's urine without his knowledge. So prior to his arrival at my office, I set up a tempting selection of beverages in the waiting area. Then, in the bathroom, I put an out-of-order sign on the toilet and attached a clear plastic bag to the urinal mat, creating a reservoir that would discreetly collect any liquid stream on its way down the drain. With everything set and me positioned in a van outside, I watched as moments later, Brendan arrived. To buy as much time as possible, I sent him a text telling him I was running late and to wait for me in the lobby. After only a few minutes, he began browsing the selection of drinks and eventually settled on a Dr. Pepper. Then, a half hour later, the moment I'd been waiting for finally came as Brendan got up and headed towards the bathroom, hopefully to deposit what would be our baseline urine sample. So once he was done, it was time to head in to introduce myself. Hey. Brendan?
Yeah.
Hey, Nathan.
Yeah, Brendan, how you doing?
Hey,
Nathan?
nice to meet you.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go to the bathroom and we can head out, okay?
Yeah, no problem. Yeah.
I pretended that I had to go to the bathroom too, but in reality, it was just so I could transfer the sample from the secret urinal chamber into the specimen cup while it was still fresh. Meanwhile, one of my production assistants informed Brendan that our day was going to be filmed for a documentary about Craigslist hangouts, and Brendan seemed more than happy to participate.
Yeah, sure.
With his sample sealed, I hid it underneath a hollowed-out candle and then lit the wicks to signal to my unpaid intern that it was ready to be taken to the lab for testing. And with the sample secured, I could finally begin my day with Brendan. I just wanted to be clear before we leave. I posted in the platonic section, but I know a lot of people on there were looking for sexual stuff.
No,
That's not you, right?
No.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Good. Just want to make sure.
No, sorry.
Okay,
no.
Cool.
I'm just looking for someone to hang out with.
Oh, yeah.
That's
okay.
just because
Great. And with both of us on the same page, it was time to have some fun. I had planned several activities that I hoped would raise Brendan's dopamine levels enough to get the results I needed. Buckle up. And as we headed to our first destination, we got to know each other.
Like Star Wars, you had the red and blue factor. You had the dark side was the red, and the light side was blue. In the Matrix, you had the red pill or the blue pill.
Okay.
In Shaun of the Dead, the little cone that he ate was red.
Okay.
In Hot Fuzz, the color was blue. In Next Generation, if they wore blue, they typically would die. And in the original series, it was red.
It seemed like Brendan and I didn't have a lot in common, but I was hopeful that once he saw my fun side, things would change.
All right.
So, we're gonna go into a hat store and try on silly hats.
Okay.
That's fun, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's something, is that fun
Yeah, let's do
for
it.
you? Okay, let's go. All right.
Oh, this is pretty cool.
Trying on hats is something everyone can enjoy, and it was the perfect way to show Brendan that I'm the type of guy who doesn't take himself too seriously. This is what girls would wear, so
Yeah.
I don't know about this one.